Business shows really speak to you.
Today on the show, the billion-dollar valuation of
Balogun Broad does. Let's talk about in the news affect businesses of all sizes and the people who work for these businesses. What does it take to succeed in the poultry business? That question popped into my head because lots of Nigerians have turned to agriculture either as a main career or as a side investment. And one type of farming that seems attractive to many people is poultry farming. It brings me to our business hard fact for today. According to the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, Nigeria has Africa's largest chicken population and Africa's second highest egg production, but only 30% of Nigeria's demand can be met locally. What that means is, as big as our poultry sector is, it is not big enough to provide all the eggs and the chickens that you and I eat every year. In fact, even if our poultry industry were to triple, it still would need imports. So obviously it's a big market, it's got big gaps, and one of the reasons why the sector hasn't grown more is that not a lot of people who want to get in or who do get in understand what it takes to set up, run, and grow a poultry business. Not everyone who goes into poultry gets all the direction, the training, the insights from an expert that they often need. And today on Balogun Broad, we have one of such experts with us. He's the former chairman of the Poultry Association of Nigeria, Etiosa and Ekpe Zone. And of course, before all of that, he's a poultry farmer. He's been a poultry farmer for over 20 years. Wale Ojo, welcome to Balogun Broad on Hard Facts.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Lagos, of course, as we have this conversation, you have questions for the expert. I'm not a chicken farmer, so I wouldn't know the right questions to ask as a non-chicken farmer. If I had a broadcaster in the studio with me or a journalist, I will have all the right questions, you know? So if you have questions about the poultry business, please give us a call. Wale Ojo will answer them. If you have your own poultry insights, your own poultry advice, we want to hear it. Wale reached out to me on Facebook, and that's how come he's on the show today. Now, you told me that you've been in the poultry business for 20 years. How did you get into it?
Yeah, I've been in this business for about 20 years. What actually happened was that I was into spare parts, bicycles business.
Okay.
That's about that was 1993, 1994 thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah, that until I ventured into the poultry business.
Okay.
The period prior to my venturing into poultry business, I was actually doing well, but I decided to go into the poultry to give it a shot. Actually, my wife said, "Look, let's give it a shot." I said, "No, this is a very delicate business." But I now discovered that there is no good business that you succeed without having the knowledge. So I had to go for training, school.
Okay.
I had to go for a lot of training seminars.
There are training schools and training seminars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's serious, isn't it?
I paid a lot of money to do that.
Okay.
And even here and abroad.
Okay.
And it's been so awesome.
Okay.
But the reason why a lot of people don't succeed in this business because they just want to go get their beds and just want
and
to
start. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I'm just getting to know you for now.
Yeah.
How many birds do you have right now? Are they broilers or are they layers?
I do mainly broilers.
Mainly broilers.
Mainly broilers because that's the fast money yielding business.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
A lot of just like you rightly said, we can't meet the demand presently right now. Thank God for the government that actually implemented the ban. The poultry business is booming now.
Okay.
Though with its challenges, the feed is a problem right now.
Okay.
But regardless of that, the poultry business is doing very well.
It's doing very well. How many birds do you have? How many birds do you have?
I raise in thousands.
In thousands?
Yes.
So give me an estimate. How many thousands or hundreds of thousands of birds
For today alone, I've booked over 4,000 for a farm.
4,000 for a farm?
I'm telling you.
Good
So
Lord.
it's a business that Nigerians need to venture in.
Okay, we'll get to that, but let's just get to know you first.
Yeah.
Now, layers are the ones that give us eggs.
You're right.
And broilers are the ones that we cook inside pots.
The meat.
Abi?
We call it broiler meat.
I don't like broiler. I prefer layers. Because
The
like broiler, like any small mistake, you don't over soft.
No, it's because of the knowledge. You don't cook or prepare broiler the way you prepare the whole layer.
The old layer.
Yes, the broiler you just need few minutes.
Just small. That's what
just
I'm
to
saying. That's why I don't like it.
parboil
I prefer the old layer because at least that one, if you forget it while you're cooking it, at least it will still be all right. Okay, so there are people who are listening to us right now.
Yeah, okay.
Who want to start a poultry business.
Okay.
What do they need?
Knowledge. Not the money. A lot of people have come into this business with their millions, and as I speak with you, as I speak right now, they are in debt. So you need the knowledge, the basic knowledge. Don't just go get the beds without the knowledge. Make sure that you get the right people to put you through. Okay, that's basic things. Okay. Then the money comes in. Then we have the management. Okay. We have biosecurity. Okay. We have passion. You need to have passion for the business. Okay. Like I'm passionate about the business. Okay. But I've been there for about 20 years, and I don't see myself getting out of it.
Now this is a teaching show, so I want you to like get into specifics for me. Okay. When you say training, what do you mean? When you say money, what do you mean? How many birds do I need to start? What kind of location should I do it in? What kind of water? So like just get into specifics for me.
Okay. For instance, if you're starting the poultry business, right? If you have, let me break it down. Let me come down to the lowest. You have maybe 100,000. Okay. 100,000 will only fetch you. With the feed, we only fetch you a carton of broilers. Okay. So you need to consider
what kind of broilers? The full mature broilers?
No. Dayhood. We call it DOC. Dayhood chicks. Okay. So you need to know the costs. How many bags of feed are you going to use to feed those birds to maturity?
How many bags do you need?
And for a carton like that, you need just about 5 bags. Okay. You need to buy your drugs. Okay. Your vitamins.
Chicken take drugs?
They take some vitamins and minor antibiotics to keep them in shape. Okay. Some doing organic or whatever. But basically, you need the vitamins. You need the vaccinations. Okay. If all this, if you don't know about it, you just get beds. In few days, they are
all
gone.
Die off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need the training, and the training is what will teach you these things.
Yes.
Tell me about the trainings. What kind of trainings? Because you said that you've gotten trainings here in Nigeria, trainings abroad. Talk to me about these trainings.
Yes, there are. For instance, I belong to the Poultry Association of Nigeria. Okay. Just like you rightly said. Yes. I was the former chairman of Etiosa and Ekpe, and we organize trainings. Okay. For farmers.
What do these trainings entail?
This training make them to know how to handle birds. Okay. The biosecurity, the management.
The biosecurity, what do you mean?
Biosecurity, the hygiene, part of it. Okay. You know, you see some people, they say, no be just fowl. Is it not chicken?
I'm one of those people that will say no be just fowl. So I'm hearing all these things. I'm like, what? There's plenty things inside.
Yes, it's not just no be fowl, no be chicken. You see some people where they're keeping the chickens. This chicken reacts to their environment, especially broilers. Okay. They are susceptible to picking diseases very fast.
So broilers are the ajebota of the chicken family.
God bless you. They are very, very delicate. Okay. But they are the fast money yielding breed of birds. Yeah. Okay. Because if you manage them very well, by 7-8 weeks they are ready for the market.
Okay. So the training will teach you that you have to keep. So where you're keeping the chickens, especially broilers, has to be really clean.
Extremely clean.
That's what you mean when you talk about
biosecurity.
Biosecurity.
Yeah, hygiene part of it.
Okay.
Then your management. For instance, now, when a period that is called stress period right now, you see someone get day whole chicks, then you wrap the whole place nylon, no breathing space and all that. You see them on Facebook. I laugh. I do my best to correct some. for instance, now you keep broilers. Now, if your broilers arrive today, right now, you don't need to put charcoal or fire or gas or whatever.
Okay.
You just leave them like that.
Okay.
Maybe the following morning.
Why are people putting coal or charcoal?
It's because they are delicate. They are young at that stage.
Okay.
They need, we call it brooding.
Okay.
There is the brooding aspect of it.
Okay. What is that? Tell me what that is.
The brooding is when they come in as they hold, they need some like if you see the local chicken, their mother will keep them
will sit on them.
Exactly.
Oh, so we're doing it artificially.
Exactly. So they need all those things for a few days.
Okay.
But if you can't go a long stretch for broilers, broiler with this weather now, 2-3 days is okay.
Okay.
So
when the weather is very hot, there's no need to introduce.
Excellent for broiler. No need to introduce any eating something.
What does the tying of the waterproof? What does that
It's
do?
not necessary that much.
Okay.
You can get them ready if the weather changes.
Okay.
If maybe
the weather gets cooler.
You are right. You adjust.
Okay. Okay.
And because when they are not in good condition, you see them, they won't feed very well and they'll be panting.
Oh.
So a lot of farmers get to lose their beds, and they said, I stock 500 beds, and before you know, they are all gone because they react to the environment. That's what we call management. If your management is not solid in poultry, you are going to lose a lot of money.
When you said management, I thought about like the managers, like
No,
the poultry
no.
managers. I didn't know that you were talking about like managing
of
the
the beds. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Okay, so so first things first is training.
Yeah.
And some of the things you learn when you go and get training is how to manage the birds.
Exactly.
And managing the birds include things like brooding, you call
brooding, then there's the medication and the vaccination aspect of the birds.
Okay.
Especially for large number of birds.
Okay.
You need to know when the very first 5 days is very critical for day-old chicks. That will determine whether you have a successful outing or it's going to be
a disaster.
That's why you see a lot of people complaining, no, I don't want to venture into it. Once you get the very first 15 days of your beds right, you are good to go.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
And a lot of that will come from getting trained for it.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you get the first 15 days right, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
And what you require for that first 15 days is training first. Before buying the birds. And if you want to start small, you can buy a carton of birds.
Exactly.
And that will cost you how much?
Presently now, the DOC, that's why I said the DOC price has shot up.
Okay.
Because right now, we can't even meet up the demand. Easter is coming. The Muslim something is coming. And aside from that, there are eateries
that require
Sky Malls, all these shops, all these outlets, they buy in large quantity.
And you can't even meet the demand.
We can't.
So there's a gap there for people to get in.
Honestly.
Okay, so tell me something. Now I have 100,000. I've gone for the training. Okay. I have 100,000.
Yeah.
Because the price has shot up. I have 100,000. I buy 1 carton of the chickens. Is that 100,000 enough to buy me chicken plus feed and vaccinations and things?
Yes, the 100,000 is enough for you. At least that can last you the next 5 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For just a carton.
Okay. And that 100,000 with the carton, I will be able to get the feeding for them. I'll be able to get everything.
The feeders, the drinkers, the vitamins, and other little things.
Okay. Am I the one that will do the vaccination myself?
No, that's why the teaching. We do that. We train people to do that. You don't need to call a vet. You don't need to call. Just if you are buying from a reputable farmer or someone who is in the or a consultant, it needs to put you through it. What you can do by yourself, just get the vaccines. In most cases, the vaccines are what they consume in their drinkers,
in their water.
Yes, in their water.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I do that. Now, where do I put the chicken? Where does I mean, I know you said the environment matters when you're rearing chickens, but what do you mean when you say that? So in my studio now, for example, I know it's very cold though.
Yeah.
But let's say that this studio is all I have. It's my 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Can I put it in the corner over there and start growing the chickens?
Beautiful. You're already a farmer.
Oh.
Yeah. You put in a corner first. not spray them.
Okay.
You demarcate.
Okay.
Then they are there in that condition for about 5 days, 7 days.
Okay.
They acclimatize, they adjust themselves.
Okay.
Then as they grow, you begin to adjust.
Okay.
For instance, this your studio will accommodate about 100 broilers at the end of the day.
Okay. 100 broilers at the end.
That's when they are mature.
When they are mature.
Yeah.
Now, does it need to be like an open space or is it a closed
everywhere.
room?
Open as soon as they are about 3 weeks. Open everywhere.
Like open the roof.
Especially with this weather. No, not the roof.
Oh.
The you use the
A
polythene
net.
nylon. The net should be there.
Oh, okay.
The nylons and everything has to be pulled down.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So so that means I have to construct something. See, I'm going step by
exactly.
step, detail by detail with you.
Exactly.
So I have to construct something to put the beds inside.
Exactly.
And then the things I put the birds inside, if they are day old until they're 5 days, I
5,
can
7
wrap
days,
it, but I'll
yes.
be monitoring depending on the weather.
Exactly.
And
You are a farmer already.
and I'll be removing. No, I'm a quick learner.
Yeah.
And then I'll be removing the leather
Exactly.
as I go along.
Exactly.
Then after the 5 days, I can bring them out of the thing.
After the 5 days, you don't need to bring them. You adjust the place if there's any need be. If there's no need be, you'll be preparing for their first shot of vaccination.
Okay.
Because a lot of people lose their best to the common diseases are called Newcastle, or we call it infectious bursar disease. We call it in the common parlance, it's called gumboro. Then we call Lasota. It's a very common something.
Okay.
Once you apply those two vaccinations, you are good to go.
You're good to go. Lagos, I'm sure you have questions. Please call us with those questions. If you are somebody who's interested in earning a side, earning side income, I mean, because people are always telling us multiple streams of income, right? Like I told you, there's a huge gap, and there's a need for this particular service. So if it's something that you're interested in, please give us a call and ask your questions. If you're a woman, call us on 014657190, 014657190. If you're a man, call us on 0700-993-993-993. I'm sure that there are questions I'm not asking, and those of you who are actually already in the business, you'll probably be able to ask those questions better than I can. So feel free to give us a call and share your thoughts, share your questions, and Wale Ojo will answer them for you as we go along. Now, of course, if you are already a farmer yourself and there are things you want to add to what Wale is saying on the show, please feel free to call and add those things as well. Chima is on the line. Hi, Chima.
So, Sandra, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Very first time for me.
I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
Please ask this man. I want to know which is Newcastle, because I know that there's this disease that you normally have, chickens, or birds that normally grow like balls around their neck and face.
Okay.
Please, can he say something about that disease and how it's being, how one can cure them?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Wale?
That may be fowl pox because I'm not there. I can't see the picture of your birds. So I don't really know. But if it has to do with pox or some wound like
boils,
something,
kind of.
No, if it's on the head of the chicken, and it's not every bird. If that's why I mentioned biosecurity. If your place is clean, there are some people who don't do vaccination at all. They are clean, but for smaller number of birds, you won't. So try and tidy up your place. Make sure your environment is neat. Don't say they are just birds. Make sure that, and then another. Make sure the water you can drink is what you can give to them.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, why? I mean, because
they react.
I see.
That's
for broilers?
Yeah.
Because the village chickens, they are just drinking any water.
That's why these are not village chickens. These are
Ajebotas.
God bless you.
They are the Ajebotas of the chicken family.
So don't just give them any water. They react. Don't give them just any food. You see some people come and say, is it not chicken? They will go and get pap shaft or whatever and begin to no. Get quality correct feed, then you get the result.
Okay. Lagos, I am hoping that you are seeing that if they give me 50 birds now to breed, you come back in 6 weeks. It's only 6 that you see inside. We've got Favor on the line. Hi, Favor.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for calling.
Okay, please, I have a question for the guest.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so please, I'd like to find out, because I've gone for this training before. Okay, I've gone for this training, but the reason why I've not gone into this
business
is because I'm really worried about how to sell off as quickly, because when the chickens are ripe for the market, the more they stay with you, the more you have to spend on feeding, on management. So is there any way one can sell off in batch?
Okay.
So that's the question I have.
All right, keep listening. He's going to answer the question. Favor, thank you very much for calling. Wale?
Okay, a lot of people make the mistake of just going to buy birds, not doing their marketing. You need to leave your comfort zone. Go to the market women, talk to your friends, send the information to your friends on WhatsApp, on your Facebook. I have chicken for sale. Your church members, your mosque members, or whatever. Then, most importantly, when you have your bets, go to the open market. Go and meet this yaoloja, chicken, whatever. Tell them you have bets. As I speak with you right now, the markets that have been in the market today, they don't have chicken.
Oh.
Honestly.
Oh.
No chicken. If 500 chicken enter the market right now, they will grab them.
Oh. Which market?
Shango Tedo market.
Shango Tedo market. Yes. Lagos, are you hearing? So if you're a chicken farmer, yeah, shop. We have a message here from Hassan. Hassan is listening from Canada. He says, please, I will be in Nigeria by April. I need this. I've lost the message. Oh, sorry. Hassan. Oh, where's that message? Here it is. He says, I will need this training because I am planning to start poultry business in Ekpe, where my land is. Well, the good thing is you can find Mr. Wale Ojo on Facebook, and he's very willing to put as many people as possible through. So just reach out to him. Good evening, Sandra. Can a normal room be used for poultry farming? So that's a question I asked. Now, what qualifies as a normal room?
Well, you can use your room.
My bedroom.
No, there are people that have extra rooms.
Okay.
Maybe uncompleted building, they have extra rooms.
Okay.
But you can only do that for a limited number of time.
What do you mean?
After some time, those beds won't be convenient there. They need fresh air. They need to. People believe that you need to wrap chicken and then no hair for them and all. No, you need to. The best way you can know if your chicken are healthy is to look at their beak.
Okay.
If they are not opening that beak, because if they are not comfortable, if there's too much, they'll be opening their beak. They can't tell you that, oh, I'm not comfortable. They'll be opening the beaks.
They don't need to shout.
They'll be panting. They won't shout. They'll be opening their, and if you don't take care of them very well, you get to lose some of them.
They'll die.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to observe your birds, just like you take care of a newborn baby. You see, this baby is not eating. What's that?
Because it's a delicate business.
It's a very delicate business, but sweet business. Yeah.
Someone wants to know if you have other streams of incomes, and and what you would call your biggest setback in the chicken business.
Yeah, I love that question. I almost abandoned the poultry business. There was a year I stocked 700 birds and they all died.
Oh no!
And they died not a day, they died 4 weeks.
Oh no!
My mother-in-law said, oh boy, you are not cut out for this business. I said, okay, ma'am. And she left. After she left, I stocked another set. And when it was December, I took those heavy turkeys and all those broilers and gave. Said, where did you buy them? I said, from my phone. He said, what? He went back to it again. So it's a very delicate business. It's extremely delicate, but with the requisite knowledge, carefulness, good management, sound biosecurity, that's hygiene, you are good to go.
Is the chicken business all you do, or do you have other businesses to augment it?
I do basically chicken business.
Basically chicken business.
Basically chicken.
So if your chicken no move market, no go chop food.
No, I do sell feeds, drugs, and I do a lot of. Basically chicken.
So you're in the chicken ecosystem.
Chicken 24/7.
24/7 chicken.
Yes.
Chicken man over here. Wale Ojo is on the show with us. He's a poultry farmer and also an expert on the subject matter. And that's why we're talking on the show. Now here's what's going to happen. We'll take a break. When we come back from this break, we'll keep talking with Wale. I'll just be picking your calls and you'll be asking your questions and he'll be answering your questions. Because again, I've shown you people that if they give me chicken, the chicken will not die. I don't know anything about chicken. I've brought a person that knows the things about chicken. So if you want to go into this business, he's your guy. Stay on the line. Don't go away. This is Balogun and Broad, the realest business show on radio. I am Sandra Ezekwesili. Don't go away. because it's the.
If you earn a living, you probably own a business, work for one, or want to start one. Business
Poultry Association of Nigeria. It's your Sanekbe zone. Before all of that, of course, he's a poultry farmer. He's been a poultry farmer for over 20 years while he has been answering your questions. He's answered a number of my questions, and now we're just handing over to you so that you can ask him all the questions that you have. Don't forget, if there's anything that we talked about on the show today from 3 p.m. until now, and you really wanted to share your opinions on the subject, stick around until 6:30 after we speak with our friends from CM Trading, and you and I will talk about that. But don't ask me about poultry because I don't know anything about poultry. 99.3. Hello. Hey, whoa, turn your radio off now. Oh, sorry about that. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling.
Good evening. My name is Lota.
Welcome, Lota.
Thank you. Please, I have this question for the gentleman.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
When the broilers are mature, like how much can you sell it to the market women?
Beautiful.
Again, where can the feed be bought? Like the quality feed you talked about that they should be fed with. Then another one is, please, in a day-old chick, you said something about buying the carton. How many
chickens are in the carton?
30? Yes.
Okay.
Like the number.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, Lota. 3 questions.
Okay,
Do you remember them?
Yes, for the carton, normal DOC contains 51 pieces.
51 pieces.
Yes, there's always one extra.
I feel bad calling them pieces because they're lives, they're living.
They are very
things.
delicate and very fun, very beautiful.
Very
so
fine.
you have 51. Then as per how to know how you're going to sell your chicken.
Okay.
That's why in poultry business you do your costing.
Okay.
Don't just say I've fed them, I've spent this. You have to do your costing from your day hold, your transportation, your feed, your vaccination. You do your costing.
Okay.
You'll be writing it down. So at the end of the day, you have an idea of how much you have spent. Then you tabulate, you spread it over.
Okay.
It helps you. Then you put your profit.
Okay.
It helps you. So no mama
your-
lodger will come and say no, your chicken is 1,005.
Okay.
Then you are checking, then you sell off.
Okay. So if I have 51-day-olds in the carton,
Yeah.
and I do all the right things,
Yes.
and the 51 chickens make it to adulthood, make it to the stage where I can sell them,
Yeah.
what will help me decide how much to sell each chicken is how much I spent on feeding,
Yes.
vaccination,
Yes.
and
Vitamins.
where to go,
Exactly.
and then I'll divide it by 51.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then I'll get the price of each chicken.
Exactly.
By the way, we have a business conference coming up on Nigeria Info. It's coming up on the 6th of March. It's for women who own businesses. We're going to have business women talk to you about your business, answer questions like this about pricing, answer questions about how to manage your business while you're running your home, etc., etc. If you want to attend this business convention, it's a glass ceiling convention, really. If you want to attend it, go to our website right now, www.nigeriainfo.fm. Go there right now and register, and you'll attend free of charge. It's Nigeria Info doing it, so it's free, because we just want to give knowledge as many times as possible. And then she had a question about feed. How do you go about getting quality feed?
Yes, the quality feed are there in the market.
Okay. How do you know
Yes.
which one is quality?
Presently now, am I permitted to mention some names?
Oh, they have brand names?
Yes, they have
No,
brand
they
names.
have to pay us.
So you consult where you're getting your feed, where you're getting your beds from.
Okay.
Anybody getting you beds from should be able to recommend feed for you. We have a lot of them in the market.
Okay.
And again, if you are placing your beds on a particular feed, and the next 10 days you can't see any result, you have to stop such feed.
I see.
Yes.
Because that's a sign that the feed is not good for them.
The feed is not good. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's speak with Solomon. Hello, Solomon.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes. How are you? Welcome.
Good evening, thank you. I have a question for the poultry man.
Go ahead.
Yes, I live in a place where there is water close to river, and I don't know how, if it is possible for one to rear chicken from that kind of a place. I'm very cold. There are times when the river overflow is bound, water comes around, though the place is fenced around. So I want to know, can it be established in a cold area?
All right. Keep listening. He'll answer that question.
Maybe I'd rather advise you, you do fish business in that area.
Fish instead of...
Yes.
Okay.
Because if the place is matchy, you can't enjoy poultry business there. Definitely the water is not going to be good.
Okay.
Except you have other space that you're going to use. But if you want to rear them where it's matchy, I can bet you're not going to enjoy it.
What do you mean matchy?
That's the waterlogged area.
Okay.
You can
and I keep remembering that you said the water you should feed the birds
must be water you can drink.
Water that you can drink. All right, we've got comments on WhatsApp. Martin from Maryland says, my question is about the location and how to prepare the living environment for the chicks. How should the floor be like? Concrete or sawdust or just sand?
Beautiful. I love that word. A lot of farmers have lost their chicken to the word sawdust. Very, very dangerous. Broiler chicks, for instance, they pick respiratory diseases very fast, and it's one of the major destroyer killers of poultry business. See, it's called CRD, chronic respiratory disease.
Okay.
So they are susceptible to picking that disease.
Okay.
So you introducing them to sawdust gives. You've just introduced the
respiratory disease to them.
So there's difference between sawdust and wood shaving.
Okay.
So the wood shaving are the ones that they cannot pick. The sawdust look much like their feed.
Okay.
Some of them innocently, especially broiler, you'll be feeding on those things, and then before you know it, someone will tell you, I got 500 birds, and before you know it, they all died. So that's why I say training. The training is essential.
Training is number one. Training number one.
Not the money. If you have the millions and you don't have the training, requisite training, your money is gone. So if the person asking, you can't start, you make sure it's a concrete floor.
Okay.
A concrete floor. For instance, the day one of your beds, it's good to spread newspapers on the floor.
Okay.
Newspapers. Look for newspapers or cartons if you don't see that.
Okay.
Then after about 3-4 days that they have they know the difference between the feed and the wood shaving, you can now introduce wood shaving.
Okay.
So if you don't do that, you lose your birds.
You don't do that, you lose your birds. We have another question here. Give us another means of his contact, because I just searched his name on Facebook. I saw so many Ojos. So how else can people reach you if they want to reach out to you?
Yes, the Wale Ojo you see on Facebook, you see a farmer and a clergy.
Okay.
I didn't introduce that as you see Wale Ojo, you see farmer and a clergy. So if you go through my profile, you will see Fatg Ekiti. I'm from Ekiti.
Okay.
So you see some.
He's
of those
also
things.
wearing a suit with a peach color shirt, and his head is very shiny.
Yes, and maybe you if you go through my Facebook. I love politics, so you see more of politics there than poultry. So maybe I'll begin to send poultry stuff there right now.
Okay, so that they can know.
Yes.
We've got Chigozie Michael from Ekpe, who says that he just wants to appreciate you. He has learned a lot from you. He wants to become a poultry farmer. Aww. Emmanuel from Ikorodu says he has a small poultry farm at home, but the cost of feeding is too much.
Yes,
and the overhead costs and the sales make it difficult to make much profit. That he has now converted his poultry farm for family consumption only.
Can I react quickly to that?
Yes, please.
Okay. I want to encourage all farmers. Don't give up. The feed, if I begin to reveal the problem behind feed now, we won't live here today. So, but I want to encourage all farmers. One thing you should know is that whether you like it or not, you're going to eat meat. It's not easy to serve your kids or your family rice or eba or whatever, and then just put only stew there. there's need for the protein aspect. So just I will encourage you, do your costing very well. Don't look for cheap feed. Get quality feed. Do the necessary thing. People are making money. In fact, last Christmas, a lot of my farmers made a lot of money.
But I have to stay on that question of feed a bit more. You know, last year I got lots of complaints from poultry farmers that the price of chicken feed had gone too high. Because of the ban on maize imports.
You are right.
Is that still the situation today?
Yes. The problem with maize, because that's the major, maize and soya, that's the major ingredients
in feed.
So presently now, during the COVID, the government released some maize.
Yes.
They released some maize, but you know the Nigerian factor is always there.
Okay.
So some people went and
I had a few farmers who were on the show, and they said that you can't release maize to just a few people.
Yes.
And they're now the ones that have to release.
Exactly.
To
so
the
maize politics, if I go into it now, is not too palatable. So there's going to be a lot of indictment. Okay. So I'm believing then with the insecurity added to it.
Okay.
A lot of our farmers, I have a farmer that I had to give money last time to feed. Boko Haram or whatever, chase the woman and the husband from the farm. So, and not even in the north, I mean in Ibadan. So insecurity has contributed to the price in that, because a lot of farmers can't farm, they can't go to their farm. In Isenyi, we used to have major part of the feed from the north, supported by the one from Isenyi, some part of Oyo, but a lot of them, we have herders that have destroyed their crops, destroyed their farms. So that has contributed, but I think it has subsided right now.
Okay.
So I just appeal to the federal government. They can look into that direction, make farmers comfortable. Because if farmers are comfortable, then there's going to be food surplus.
Right.
One of the things I noticed when I travel to other countries, that the governments are very, very, very careful, and they invest in agriculture to make sure that the food is surplus. If food is surplus, it will reduce crime. Food and education, it will reduce crime.
Okay, now let me talk about something that, as an Igbo woman, I'm very interested in.
Go ahead.
Money. Let's talk about the profits.
Beautiful.
What are the profit margins like?
Yeah, just like I said, the
I want you to be very
larger
realistic.
the volume, the larger the volume,
okay,
the higher the profit,
margins. Okay.
The margins.
Okay. When you say the larger the volume, what do you mean?
For instance, someone who raised 1,000 birds will have
more money than me, who's raising one carton.
One carton,
obviously,
because he is going to compact his expenses into that 1,000. The labor might not be that much. Maybe, for instance, 2 people can handle 1,000 birds. Then the drugs, he will get rebates from feed, from vaccines, compared to someone who is buying 50 birds. For instance, someone who is buying 50 birds will do maybe Lasota vaccination, which is about 500 or 600 or thereabout.
Okay.
And someone who is doing about 1,000 plus 1,000 will buy the same vaccine for maybe just about 1,000 something.
I see.
So he has already made some profit there.
Okay.
Then, if for instance, if you are buying feed, someone who is buying 20 bags of feed will get a discount from the feed supplier compared to someone who has come to pick just a bag. So you have the advantage there, and God helping you, if they do very well, you make a lot of money.
Now, how long does it take to pay off all your starting costs and break even and start making actual profit?
Poultry business is a marathon.
Okay, not a sprint.
Exactly. So it's gradual. It's not that you see a lot of farmers say, I invested 2 million in this business, then the next 6 months they say, no, I've not made all my. No, you have to spread those costs over the years.
Okay.
Your infrastructure, which is very, very key, which is very paramount. Your infrastructure, the feed, the drinkers, a whole lot of things that you're going to, the cages, you can't begin to say, I've invested, then you want to calculate all, it's going to spread. And that's why we appeal to farmers to be passionate, to be consistent, to be resilient, you spread the cost. That's what I've done in the last 20 years.
Because it's really hard work.
Yes.
From what you've said to me today, it's really hard work.
Really hard work.
I don't want to do it.
You can't.
But you want to do it, Lagos? Call me. 0700-993-993. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, sir?
My name is Austin. I'm calling from Oberton.
Good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Wale, I greet you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Please, I just want you to help us reach. I am a poultry farmer.
Okay.
With the little as 1,000 laying beds, I'm spending over 36,000 naira daily on feed. Is there any way maybe the government can subsidize this feed for us? And which other way? I don't know. I'm just making a passionate plea to you because the cost of feeding the birds is too high.
Well, Wale doesn't work for the government. That's number one. But maybe Wale has some tips and tricks. Thank you so much for calling. Wale, do you have tips and tricks?
Yes. As regards that, if you have 1,000 beds, definitely your beds will be eating about 5 bags a day.
Okay.
Which is a bag of layers feed now is about between 6,000 and 6,000 plus.
Okay.
So it's correct that it's spending about 30-something thousand. What you can do is join the Poultry Association of Nigeria.
Okay.
If you join the Poultry Association of Nigeria, occasionally government do give inputs.
Okay.
Yes, like during the COVID lockdown, we're giving some inputs. But if you don't belong,
but that's not long term.
It's not long term.
It's
yes,
a small fix.
It's a small
band-aid.
Yes, exactly. But the best way you can do is not to stick to the laying birds alone.
Okay.
Do broilers. Broilers are birds you can do 7-8 weeks. You sell off, you make some money, you cover up because the feed is very high now.
Okay.
Now it's only broiler farmers that are smiling. A lot of layers farmers have shut down because the feed is gone from 4,800 to about 6,500.
You know what? We're out of time, but Lagos really loves this. My phone lines have not stopped ringing since we started talking, and I know you have more questions for Mr. Wale. So Mr. Wale and I will talk, and I'll bring him back so that he can answer more of your questions. Mr. Wale Ojo, thank you so much for your time.
Very much,
He's a poultry farmer, has been doing this for years now, a former chairman of the Poultry Association here in Lagos. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Not to worry, I'm still here. We have an interview coming up at 6:15. When that interview is done, you and I will talk about all the things we talked about on the show today. So on the big three, we had conversations about the ASU strike. You heard one of the students say something quite interesting about the ASU strike. And then we also talked about the president still not signing the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Then we talked about governors and the president agreeing to consensus for picking the next flag bearer for the APC. And then on the glass ceiling, we talked about a Kenyan divorce court saying that work-at-home spouses deserve an equal share of the couple's wealth. Let's have all of those conversations from 6:30 until 7. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. We'll take a break. When we come back, the news will come your way, an interview with CM Trading if you want to trade Forex, and then we'll talk from 6:30. Find me on social media, Sandra Ezekwesili, S. Ezekwesili on social media. Don't go away.